going to demonstrate how to clean this Epson Pro 9900 printer. This is the 44-inch version of the 7900 model and also physically identical to the 7890 and 9890 printers. So I'm going to show you how to clean the capping station, the wiper blade, the flushing box, and the bottom of the print head. You should clean the flushing box, the wiper blade, and the capping stations every few weeks to keep the print head clean. The print head cleaning is something that you would want to do if you're experiencing stubborn clogged nozzles or misfiring nozzles or smears on the paper. I'm going to turn the printer on in serviceman mode, pushing the down, center, and right button while turning it on. Now I'm going to push the menu button, scrolling down to maintenance, and I scroll down to the wiper exchange. I hit the menu button to select, and I hit OK, enter to start. And what this is going to move the print head out of the locked position on the right hand side. So now when it says this, I'm going to unplug the printer's power. So when the print head moves out of the way, right here you can see about half of the flushing box, and right here is a half moon shaped wiper blade. This whole cleaning assembly moves up and down, and if it's up all the way, you can see the capping station assemblies. And with this printer model, this is a 9900, there's different capping stations for each colored pair. So I'm going to take a foam swab with a little bit of piezo flush, and I'm going to wipe in the capping station, which has a raised rubber rim to seal on each section of the print head. And then I'm going to blot it right here with a paper towel, and then I'm going to wipe it again. And then you'll want to repeat that with all of the capping station, and then lower this back down. So now the wiper blade right here is small, and it cleans each pair separately. So the wiper blade can actually be removed very easily. You just squeeze this tab. So the wiper blade is just this little piece here, and it gets really gunky. So it's actually really good to replace this whole wiper blade assembly every 6 months to a year, and the part is probably less than $15. So to put it back in, there we go. So I can use the foam swab again with the wiper blade in the printer and wipe on the inside of the cup is where it actually wipes along the print head. So I want to make sure that that stays clean. And now I lower it down the rest of the way so I can see the whole flushing box right here. And I'm going to use the syringe with a blunt tip needle with piezo flush solution. And I'm going to start on the top of the pad, and I'm going to inject, and then I'm going to use some Bounty paper towel folded, And I'm going to just gently blot on the surface. And then I'll fold it over and I'll use another part of the paper towel. So the important thing here is to get the gunk off the pad so that ink can flow through during cleaning cycles. And you want to be able to see the metal screen on the top of the pad. And you can repeat, add some more piezo flush if necessary. And blot again here. So it's never going to get completely clean, but it's important that you don't have a layer of crusted up dried ink gunk there, and you want to be able to see the whole screen. I'm going to demonstrate how to clean the bottom of the print head of this 9900. We have a couple sheets of Bounty paper towel, piezo flush solution, and a syringe with a blunt tip needle. So to open the piezo flush, remove the top and pull the silicone plug out. Now using the needle, and draw some fluid out. And then put that aside so it doesn't spill. So with the Bounty paper towel, there's a textured side and a smooth side, and I want to use the smooth side on the bottom of the print head. So I'm going to fold it twice, like so, and then I'm going to moisten the paper towel so that it's wet with piezo flush but not dripping. So it's nice and moist, and I flatten it. The print head is traveling in this raised channel right below the paper rollers, and so I'm going to position it right here and flatten it with the back of my fingers. Especially important to have this end flattened so that the print head can slide over without getting jammed. So you want to slide over easily, and if it gets jammed or if there's resistance, then don't force it. Move the print head off and flatten the paper towel and try again. So now I'm going to slide the print head over the paper towel, and I can see the other side here, so I know that the print head is over the entire paper towel and it's not jammed up underneath. What I'm going to do now is raise up the two sides of the paper towel, and I'm pulling back and forth gently like shining a shoe, and I'm wiping the bottom surface of the print head. So after a couple times I put the paper towel down, I slide the print head off, and this was what was on the surface of the print head, and I want to make sure that the paper towel is still intact and I didn't lose a chunk under the print head, which would certainly cause problems. So that's how to maintain your printer. If you still have stubborn clogged nozzles or misfiring nozzles, another thing that you could try is installing a set of piezo flush cartridges and running an initial fill cycle to purge the ink system and allow the piezo flush to clean. A lot of times we have actually brought back clogged print head channels that way. Make sure to reference our video on how to run an initial fill and flush your printer. If you are still unable to clean all the channels in your printer, you can convert it to a high quality piezography printer as long as you have at least 6 good channels. The piezography will produce higher quality black and white prints than anything that you can get with the standard Epson driver. Happy printing!